Captain Davis of the Earth Diplomatic Corps stared impassively at the assembled alien delegation. Their exoskeletons clicked nervously as they fidgeted in their seats, designed specifically to accommodate their multi-jointed limbs. The meeting, room aboard the Galactic Council Station Harmony, had been carefully climate-controlled to a compromised temperature of 27 degrees. Uncomfortably warm for Davis, but apparently freezing for the Vexari representatives. "You can't possibly be suggesting that your survey team enter Sector 9 without environmental suits," Ambassador Trell said, his translator unit struggling to convey the mixture of horror and disbelief in his voice. Davis maintained his neutral expression. "With all due respect, Ambassador, what your people classify as a Class 13 death world is what we humans call Tuesday in Australia." The 5 Vexari representatives simultaneously flared their breathing sacs. A gesture Davis had learned indicated extreme surprise. "The atmospheric toxins alone would," began Science Officer Maul before Davis interrupted. "Oxygen isn't toxic to us. In fact, we require it. The radiation levels are well within human tolerance," Davis finished. "Our bodies evolved repair mechanisms to handle solar radiation." The Vexari delegation exchanged glances through their compound eyes. They had discovered humanity only 6 months ago, and the learning curve had been steep on both sides. The Galactics Council comprised over 300 species, none of which had evolved on planets with Earth's particular combination of gravity, atmospheric pressure, radiation levels, predator diversity, and climate extremes. Ambassador Trell's appendages trembled slightly. "Captain Davis, I believe there's a translation error. The gravity on planet XS-297 is 1.2 times Earth standard. The temperature fluctuates between 5 and 45 degrees Celsius. There are microbial organisms in the soil that consume carbon-based matter." Davis nodded. "We call those bacteria. We have trillions of them living inside our bodies right now, helping us digest food." A horrified silence followed. Commander Lin, Davis's second-in-command, spoke up. "Perhaps a demonstration would help put the Council's minds at ease." Davis nodded. "We've prepared a simulation of Earth conditions for your scientific team to observe. We can show you how humans navigate what you would consider extremely hostile environments." 3 hours later, the Vexari delegation watched in stunned silence as video footage played across the holographic display. Humans climbing sheer rock faces thousands of meters high with minimal equipment. Humans diving into crushing ocean depths. Humans jogging in scorching deserts and trudging through blizzards. Humans handling venomous creatures with casual expertise. "This can't be real," whispered Science Officer Maul. "No sentient species would evolve to withstand such conditions." "But we did," Lin said simply. "Earth is what you would classify as a Class 13 death world. We didn't realize it was unusual until we met you." Ambassador Trell's translator crackled. "If what you're saying is true, then your species represents a significant asset to the Council's exploration initiatives." Davis smiled for the first time since the meeting began. "That's precisely why we're here, Ambassador. Humans are uniquely qualified to survey worlds that would require extensive life support systems for other Council races." "At what cost?" Trelli asked, his tone guarded. "Standard Council compensation rates for hazardous duty would be acceptable," Davis replied. "Though we'd also like expanded access to Council technological databases, medical technology in particular." Science Officer Maul bobbed her head in what Davis recognized as their gesture of disagreement. "If you're as resilient as you claim, why would humans need advanced medical technology?" Lin laughed softly. "Just because we can survive on a Class 13 death world doesn't mean we enjoy suffering, Officer Maul. Our history is largely defined by our attempts to make our environment more comfortable." "Fascinating," Trell murmured. "A species that can thrive in conditions that would kill most Council races yet still seeks comfort." Davis spread his hands. "We're paradoxical that way." The meeting concluded with a tentative agreement. The Galactic Council would employ human survey teams for hostile environments, and in return, Earth would receive access to selected technological advancements. As the Vexari delegation departed, Commander Lin turned to Davis. "Do you think they'll..." Ever understand us? Davis watched the aliens' retreating forms. Probably not completely, but that's fine. We don't need them to understand us. Just respect what we bring to the table. 1 month later, the first human survey team returned from Planet XS-297 with comprehensive geological, atmospheric, and biological data. The team's lead researcher, Dr. Thomas, delivered his report to the stunned council representatives. While casually sipping a beverage the aliens knew contained the stimulant caffeine, yet another toxin humans deliberately ingested. The conditions were challenging but manageable, Dr. Thomas explained to the council. We experienced 3 sandstorms, encountered 14 distinct predator species, and discovered a particularly aggressive fungal growth that attempted to colonize our equipment. Standard field protocols were sufficient. Council Security Director Vex leaned forward. Your team suffered no casualties? Dr. Thomas looked puzzled. No. Why would we? Jones twisted an ankle when he stumbled into a ravine, but he was fine after we wrapped it. The silence that followed was profound. That evening, Ambassador Trell signed the formal alliance between Earth and the Galactic Council. As he pressed his appendage to the biosignature pad, he looked at Captain Davis. There's a saying among the elder races, Trell said quietly. Evolution forges its strongest children in the harshest crucibles. I believe we are witnessing the truth of this firsthand. Davis nodded. There's a human saying too. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. We've had plenty of things try to kill us over the millennia. And yet here you stand, Trell observed. Yes, Davis agreed. Here we stand. Ready to help the Council face whatever challenges lie ahead, on any world, no matter how hostile you believe it to be. As news spread throughout the galaxy about the remarkable resilience of these newcomers from Earth, applications for joint missions with human teams increased by 300%. The universe suddenly seemed a little less dangerous and a lot more accessible, and humans, true to their nature, took it all in stride. After all, they'd been handling Class 13 Deathworlds as routine for their entire existence.